Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Citizen Air, the platform where we speak truth to power. This evening, we're going to tackle directly the assertion that Buhari, in his statement, when he talked about breaking his silence on the demands in some quarters for the unconditional release of NNAMDI KANU, which, by the way, they have no grounds upon which he should be arrested because he was illegally renditioned from Kenya. He's a British citizen, as many people have pointed out. That's number one. Number two, watch this broadcast, and I'm going to tell you and expose the hypocrisy of the Bubu government and the entire governance. I will explain it to you. Watch this. Here we go.
Now, President Muhammadu Buhari has formally broken his silence on demands in some quarters for unconditional release of the prescribed IPOB leader NNAMDI KANU, currently standing trial, saying doing so runs contrary to the doctrine of separation of powers between the executive and the judiciary.
We're going to stop right there. I'm going to bring you. Do you all remember the case of Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice ONNOGHEN? Was it not the same Buhari who disregarded the separation of powers? He needed the two-thirds of the Senate before he could remove him. He didn't wait for that. He used a ruse and they fixed this and they legally removed him. Here's what I mean. Let me show you. This is pure hypocrisy. Hypocrisy. Now watch. Let's go here. I wanted you to listen to this. Listen to this now. Listen to this. Here we go.
Thin ice. That is how many have described the escalating controversy involving the Chief Justice of the Federation, Walter ONNOGHEN, over accusations of non-declaration of assets. Statements have been released by several bodies and individuals, each making points for and against the case.
So let me just go back again. I want you to read that bit now. Listen to this bit before I go ahead. Nigerians have witnessed again the targeted assault of the judiciary by agents of the federal government of Nigeria, epitomized by today's media trial of Chief Justice Walter ONNOGHEN. That's his name. That's what is written behind. That is going against separation of powers right there by Buhari's government. By Buhari's government. So when it tells you, though he believes in separation of powers, it's a lie. It's a lie. Now let's listen on.
For and against the case. For those pitching tents with the CJN, like members of the Nigerian Bar Association.
Look at this now. Read this. Let me read it to you. It is clear, given the rush with which the matter was conducted by CCB, that the NJC was not privy to it and it did not conduct its mandatorily required disciplinary process prior to the filing. Can you see that? They did not follow due process at all. He's not interested in separation of powers. He's saying that as a convenience. This is sheer hypocrisy. Point number 2. Let's go on.
Whose collective voice called the treatment an assault on the judiciary. The body is accusing the federal government of jumping the gun of facts presentation before the Code of Conduct Tribunal. Another group raising eyebrows is the Nigerian Civil Society Situation Room. Its concern is with...
Listen, this is borne out, and they're right. The Situation Room is concerned that the timing of the charges, the national and international public perception, as well as its optics of charging a Chief Justice of the country to a tribunal 4 weeks to the 2019 Nigeria general election would be very damaging to Nigeria. Exactly. But he didn't care about that. He wanted to remain the president and use every means. They moved ONNOGHEN out illegally. So when he talks to you about separation of powers, it's a lie. Here's the evidence. You can see the evidence. What say you? Leave your comments. This is a hypocritical governance by Bubu, audio president, President Buhari, whatever you want to call him, and the entire Fulani governance. You guys picked on the wrong generation. We are the Sorosoke generation. We provide evidence to back up what we're saying, such as we're doing right now. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. We only deal in one currency, truth. We are the Sorosoke generation with evidence. Please subscribe to Citizen AY as you're watching right now. Go ahead and subscribe. Subscribe to Citizen AY. Please do comment if this resonates with you. Let's carry on.
The the timing of the charges, coming 4 weeks to the 2019 general election. This, the group says, will be damaging to Nigeria and its electoral processes. For individuals on the side of the Chief Justice, like Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Chief Afebalala, the manner in which the CJN is being arranged cannot be justified. Chief Babalala also insists that without a majority of 2/3 in the Senate, following a letter of removal by the president, the case holds no water.
Did you hear that? Without a 2/3, and they did not rate, and they know. Buhari knew that he could not get a 2/3 because the people in the South would not support. So he jimmied everything and removed him, and it tells you about separation of powers. And you believe him? I'm presenting evidence before you. I repeat it, I state it. Anybody, any citizen of that country of Nigeria, anybody that still believes in one Nigeria, if you want to debate with me, please inbox me. Admin at citizenay.org. Yes, inbox me. Let's debate this one. And if you want to prove to me where Buhari is not being hypocritical, you need to prove it. Because I've explained to you, this is right there. He's saying, oh, I'm not going to interfere with separation of powers, so I'm not going to interfere in the judiciary. But in the case of ONNOGHEN, because he wanted to remain the president, he illegally took him out without getting the 2/3 of the vote. Can you see that? Now, let's carry on.
JN is being arranged cannot be justified. Chief Babalala also insists that without a majority of 2/3 in the Senate, following a letter of removal by the president, the case holds no water.
They knew that they could not do that. They couldn't get 2/3. So they had to find a way to get him out of there illegally. They don't comply with the rule of law. And like I told you, the Constitution itself is a fraud anyway. It's a promulgation decree number 24 of 1999. Don't take my word for it. I will keep reminding you, now that we talked about that. I want to put that so that everybody knows. Now, let me get it for you. I'll get that for you. Here we go. No, sorry. I'm just going to go to that way again. I think it's... 1 second, please. I'll just get it to you, and that's better. Now, so, just so we're clear, what you have is a promulgation decree number 24 of 1999, signed on the 5th day of May 1999 into law by General Alhaji Abdulsalam Abubakar. You've got his name there. Let me get it up. Sorry, let me get it all the way up here. Okay. I'm trying to get it up. Here we go. You see that? That's Alhaji Abubakar. He signed that nonsense into law. It's a fraud, by the way. Let me just move it here and do this. I want to show you so that you can get a proper understanding. There you go. Now, let me move it in here so you can see. So you can see that it's a promulgation decree, number 24 of 1999. At the top there, let me see if I can get it there. See? Decree number 24 of 1999. And at the bottom of the page, you have the signature of General Alhaji Abubakar Abdulsalam. So we don't have a constitution. It's a promulgation decree. That's point number one. So let's put that away. Now, let's carry on.
This is backed by another prominent lawyer, Femi Falana, who sees the entire matter as ill-advised and calls on the federal government to pull the plug on the plan.
We're not in a...
Also lending his voice is elder statesman Chief Edwin Clark, who believes there's a lot more to the planned trial than meets the eye.
It is very clear from the law, from the Constitution, 3rd schedule, I think, that when such a report is made and a breach is reported, that breach will be investigated by the bureau.
Exactly.
However, the ruling All Progressive Congress sees no reason for the hues and cries over the trial of the CJN. The party believes the law should be allowed to take its course and even goes ahead to berate the PDP, which had also condemned the move. As far as the APC is concerned, President Muhammadu Buhari remains uncompromising in his determination to rid the country of corruption, which formed part of his election.
So, let me just show you that bit. I want you to read that bit. We are sure, you see, the PDP and indeed all Nigerians, that the President Muhammadu Buhari administration remains uncompromising in its determination to rid the country of this malady. See, when it suits him, he disregards separation of powers. That's the point I'm making. He totally disregarded it. and he interfered in the process, and he removed Chief Justice Onnoghene without any basis, without going through the process. We are not a democracy. I categorically tell you. Again, I wait for anybody, all 200 million, come and challenge what I'm saying. And come and tell me that President Buhari is not hypocritical in his actions. And I've just demonstrated it to you. Here we are. He's saying he believes in separation of powers with NNAMDI KANU. I'm not going to interfere. But Chief Justice, right before a few months before the election in 2019, interferes. That's hypocrisy. Nothing else. Leave your comments, please. So I'm going to leave this here. Now I'm going to go back to the original broadcast. Now let's listen to what they're going to speak here. And I'll bring something else again up to this, because he said something else, and I'll bring it to your attention. Listen on. When you get to that point, you'll see it. Here we go.
This was while receiving a group under the auspices of highly respected Igbo greats, led by the First Republic parliamentarian and Minister of Aviation, Chief Mbazuli Amechi. State House correspondent Adam Sambo has the reports.
The 93-year-old statesman, Chief Mbazuli Amechi, had described the situation in the southeast as painful and pathetic, lamenting that businesses have collapsed, education is crumbling, and there is fear everywhere. During the closed-door engagement, Chief Amechi pleaded for a political rather than military solution, requesting that if NNAMDI KANU is released to him as the only First Republic minister still alive, he would no longer say the things he had been saying, stressing that he could control him. The Nigerian said twice he had interfaced with NNAMDI KANU in the past, and the latter rescinded orders earlier given on civil disobedience. He concluded that he doesn't want to leave this planet without peace, returning to his country, maintaining that he believes in one big, united Nigeria, a force in Africa. Chief Amechi told President Buhari that he wants him to be remembered as a person who saw Nigeria burning and quenched the fire. President Muhammadu Buhari told his guests that they have made an extremely difficult demand on him as leader of the country. The implication of their request, he said, is very serious. The president takes pride in the fact that since coming to power in the last 6 years, nobody would say he had confronted or interfered in the work of the judiciary.
I tell you, Ayogudumu citizen why I'm saying he's interfered in the work of the judiciary, and I state the case categorically. If you have a disagreement, get online, come and debate this live with me, and I'm waiting. Now, let me give you the evidence again. In case you misunderstood, he interfered. They said here what they are doing. It is clear, given the rush with which the case was conducted by the CCB and the NJC, not privy to it, and they did not conduct its mandatory required disciplinary process prior to filing. Now, let me go further back, further still. The government of Buhari itself. Let me go here. Sorry, let me just go. I'm going to try and get you this information here. Nigerians have witnessed again the targeted assault of the judiciary by agents of the federal government of Nigeria, epitomized by today's trial of Justice Walter S.N. ONNOGHEN. You see that this man, who do you think you're dealing with? You picked the wrong generation. We will expose your lies. This is in 2019. This is what you did. And we are exposing it at every step. We will expose it. Fellow Southerners, please listen and watch this video and look at what is on here. You tell me, do you accept now that Buhari is hypocritical? He's rather hypocritical in his actions. He tells us I don't interfere, and he's interfering. Here is one clear evidence. Now, anyway, leave your comments. So let's go now. Let's carry on with that. So I just wanted to expose that right there now.
He told the leader of the highly respected Igbo greats that God has not only spared and given him a clear head at this age, but also very sharp memory, saying a lot of people half his age are confused already. The demand made President...
Here we go. On that particular specific point, I'm going to only do one thing. Let's do one thing. Here we go. Since he says he's got a sharp brain, I will play this bit, only a few seconds, and then you judge for yourself. You judge. This was, again, back to 2019 general elections. They were asking him a simple question. He didn't know. Bubu doesn't know. Listen. As said by his vice president. Not me. Oh. Here we go. And you see, with age, not the other way around. Oh, shoot. Sorry.
So as to address the
Listen.
challenges
What's
facing
this?
the sector.
Listen.
What is
Livestock.
livestock? National livestock.
I will talk about it.
He doesn't know.
I think
Bubu doesn't know.
These are all directed at
He doesn't know.
So corruption, yes, let me.
Bubu doesn't know.
He can talk for himself.
he doesn't know. He doesn't know.
I want Nigerians to give you another opportunity to do another 4 years. Why?
Well, I
doesn't know.
Look at all the ministers. Look at if the ground could open up and they could hide themselves at that point, they would. They are so ashamed of him. And it tells us he's got the brain half that is better than people half his age. What do you think? Don't take my word for it. What do you think from what you're saying? Look at all the ministers in the background.
I think
You see? I will pause it. You be the judge on that one. You be the judge. But all I will say to you is that Buhari's government is extremely hypocritical. They are hypocritical. They don't follow the rule of law. I've told you we are being ruled by Promulgation Decree number 24 of 1999. And nobody, wait, anybody come and dispute it. Let them come and dispute it. It's signed by General Abdul Salam. They can't dispute that. Let them come and dispute it. If they say we are lying. If they say we are lying, let them come and dispute it. Finish. They don't follow the rule of law. They break the rule of the laws. They make excuses. So when he talks about he doesn't interfere in separation of powers, it's a lie. Chief Justice ONNOGHEN is a clear case where they illegally interfered and removed him before the general elections. This governance is hypocritical, including Buhari and all of them.
And Buhari said is heavy, concluding, however, that he would consider it. The president said when NNAMDI KANU jumped bail, got arrested, and brought back to the country, his position remains he be subjected to the system to make his case in court.
And what has happened to Gumi, by the way? Gumi, let me get you a picture of Gumi that he doesn't do anything about. He doesn't see Gumi at all. Gumi can do no wrong because he's a Fulani man. Let me show you a picture of Gumi. Yes. This hypocritical governance is enough. We need to be calling them out. Now, let me just get Gumi out. Any picture of Gumi, you will see it. Gumi. Yeah. That's Gumi. You see? Can you see Gumi? Working with terrorists, Buhari doesn't see that. But he can quick to label. Gumi, he doesn't see that. Gumi and NHIS boss, Hassan or whatever you call his name. They are both terrorists working with terrorists. But Buhari doesn't see that. All he wants us to eat, because they are Fulani, they don't commit any crime. Again, another clear case of hypocrisy by this fraudulent governance. The Fulanis don't belong to our land. They should go back to Futajalon. Did I not tell you? Let me just bring that up as well. To add, just to add one more thing to it. Let me tell you. Here we go. So, to complete the whole thing, so we get a clearer picture. That's where they come from. Okay? That is where they come from. The innocent man in the middle is NNAMDI KANU. And they want us to continue. They keep trying to do everything to portray him as though he's the guilty one. Gumi is the field marshal for the Fulani terrorists. He goes around, he's getting money and everything. He's telling the government to pay them. Yet he's not arrested. The government is refusing to proscribe Fulani terrorists. And they're talking to us about NNAMDI KANU. If you are, look, if this is sheer hypocrisy. Enough of this nonsense. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. What do you think? What are your views on this? As a Southerner, in your gut, what does your gut tell you? What does your gut tell you? What does it tell you? Can you see the hypocrisy or not? Simple question. As a Southerner, we can no longer support this contraption called Nigeria. It is oppressing and suppressing us. Fulanis are immune from protection, period. Southerners, they are jailed. We are proven guilty until we prove ourselves innocent. That is the fact. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Please subscribe to Citizen AY. Go ahead and subscribe now. Go ahead and subscribe. Subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. Again, let me add, Facebook have blocked me. They blocked me because I probably showed Prince Jenje's video where he talked about certain things that, anyway, I don't want to repeat it because, anyway. But you go and watch the video. Those of you on Facebook, go and watch it. But but Facebook were clever. They didn't blame me for that. They found a picture. They said, I got a picture where the Nigerian army said they captured the Fulani terrorists and the bandits, and then they showed the spoils of war, if you like, with the picture and the car, and they showed, and I shared that picture. And they blocked me for a month. So I cannot do anything on Facebook for a month, just so you know. So if you want the latest information from Citizen AY, join Citizen AY on YouTube. Please subscribe. Ensure you subscribe. Hit the subscription button. Hit the notification button. Give us thumbs up. Please, we appreciate that. Now, let me just do that one more time so you know. Subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe to Citizen AY on YouTube now. We truly appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Where we speak, where there's only currency we're dealing with. Let me say it again. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. The only currency we deal in is the truth. We are the Sorosuke generation with evidence, such as we're providing to you in this broadcast. Ladies and gentlemen, please do share this broadcast. Just contrast the way Buhari has said nothing about Gumi and the NHIS boss, whatever Hassan, whatever he's calling his name, and the way he's treated. And both of them are both Fulanese. They are immune from persecution. NNAMDI KANU and others, Showore, we're guilty until we prove ourselves innocent. We're not one. That's it. We're not one, and the Constitution is a fraud. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Please do leave comments. Share, and share. Thanks for watching. You're watching Citizen AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Thank you, and goodbye.